Hey, Facebook and YouTube land, how goes the day? TGIF. Oh, look, we're all blurry. Hi there, how you doing? See if I can fix it. I probably can't, but can't see the button. Hang on, sorry, I'm gonna make you dizzy. Can't see my button. Okay. Hi. How's it going? Hey, Regina, welcome in. I had a blast yesterday. I really did. Didn't sell a single thing, but I had a blast. Unfortunately, I didn't get to enjoy chat very much, so there'll be some changes next time. I'm not playing full-time moderator. I do it for Wendy because Wendy needs help and I, had volunteered, but we're going to have to work this out. We're going to have to get partners or something so I can talk to people too. It was awesome fun though. I had a great time. So I'm hanging out being a bum. I see the camera's still nice and blurry. Sorry, I'm cleaning a pair of earrings. Ooh. Aren't they pretty? I got those from Steven. I just love them. It is, and I want to have fun. Yeah, I like them. They're just like little sterling discs with a tiny little diamond in the middle, but it's separate. Let's see, they're all dirty though. There's the diamond. And then it sits against I don't know how to work the camera where I have it today. There it is. Isn't that cute? I like them. So I'm putting them on, but they were dirty, so. Yeah, so I sent you an email. Feel free to tell me I'm an idiot, but, it is what it is. I've gotten a couple of messages, and I've been put in a bad, uncomfortable position, and I'm not going to stay there, so it'll work out one way or the other, Wow, why is everything so blurry? All right, let me try to fix that. Now I got my other earring on. All right, move the chair so I can stand and actually see what's going on. Where is that button? Here we go. Now you can see. So yeah, it's Friday. It has been a long week. It's been an interesting week. It's just been a weird week, but and Regina, I'm an idiot. I think you figured that out by now. On Sunday, I thought it was a lot going on Sunday too. And I made some sales and I set them aside, so they wouldn't get mixed up. And the only ones that I invoiced for were for the second round because the other ones were set aside so nicely I didn't see them. Which Twist reminded me of when she said, "Hey, how about my bracelet? You gonna invoice me?" I'm like, you sure you didn't buy from somebody else? Like, duh. So I got your earrings and they'll be coming to you soon. Don't worry about it. I have them now. I know exactly where they are. They're not in a safe place where I will lose them. Oh boy. So yeah, I got to get working on my shop hop. I don't think this is going to be my last one. It's too much work. I'm not making sales. I don't know. Maybe I should stick it out longer, but I got a lot going on. I don't know if I need to add extra. So we'll see. And I think it'd be more fun to go hang out on other people's shows. So if I'm doing that, then, if I tip this just a little bit more, you can see most of me. I'm not really big on being on camera, folks. But, I feel weird. There we go. At least you can see some of my head. So my room's getting cleaned out, so that's a bonus. I'm getting there. I'm starting to sort out things I bought to repurpose and, work with, I just wanted the beads, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So, and there goes my internet. Starlink hardwired, and I got 1 bar. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's coming back. I don't know what was going on with YouTube the other day. Someone said something about an attack from, I don't know, DD something. I don't know what that was, and I guess StreamYard wasn't liking YouTube and the whole 9 yards. It was all going on. All I know is I kept getting black screens and buffering and trouble getting into lives. I don't know. See, like here, you're showing up normal. You're not with the at something, I don't know why YouTube's doing that in some chats and not others. I know people are still not liking it. Most people that don't have active channels don't know how to change those settings. I can show you if you all want to know. If anyone wants to show up and wants information, I can show you. I'm going to try watching a video today and seeing if we can do that. And it was interesting. I've been watching a lot of weird videos lately. I'm watching a lot of cool videos about gemstones, too. I realize the royal crown, the royal jewels, they got a lot of stuff. But, yeah, I've been seeing some up close and personal stuff. And it's like, I didn't realize they were softball-sized sapphires, like, the stuff they have is amazing. I just would like to see it. I mean, nobody's going to be owning it or wearing it. But, yeah, I did just... That's my fascination with this stuff, that it just grows like that in the real world, like out in the dirt. There's these beautiful things right now in the ground that look like that. I wish I could find them. Oh, man. So what is going on? Anything good? Anyone got weekend plans? How was your long weekend? Anything interesting out there in the real world? Let's see. Let me see if I can do this, because I have not done this before, and I'd like to try. So I know I saved it. Oh, probably at the bottom of the list. All right, let's see. New tab. All right. Now share screen. And add. Oh, look, I think I can do it. Let's see. I can't move myself, though. Hopefully this will be all right. Let's see if I can make this full screen. Here we go. Now you guys can see the whole thing. That would be cool. Yeah, they get annoying. Some days it's like, can I just do the stuff I want to do? I guess that's called retirement, huh? All right, so this is a really funky here. I got to shrink it up so I can read about it, because now I can't see anything. This government patent sounds insane, but it's 100% real. This is from 2 months ago. No prototype, no footage, just one number, one diagram, and a whole lot of questions. In this episode of the Patent Files, we investigate U.S. Patent U.S. 20060014125A1, officially titled the Walking Through Walls Training System. Was it part of a secret military program, psychic warfare, or pure science fiction that slipped through the cracks? File 1957, source U.S. Patent Office. Keywords, conscious control, frequency tech, hyperspace. If you're into real X-Files energy, military secrets, or the weirdest science ever filed, don't miss this one. So that's what it says. And let me copy and paste the link for it. So if you guys want to check it out or see other stuff, I don't know. This is one of my first videos here from this channel. But they may have other fun stuff. They are called the Patent Files, and this video is called This Government Patent Sounds Insane, but it's 100% real. All right. Get all this copied and pasted. Don't want to be accused of not sharing. I share all my crazy stuff. Y'all know I'm the Tinfoil Hat wearer, right? Founding member. There you go. Feel free to click away on that if you want to watch it now or later. All right, let me go back and make it full screen, and I'll push play. And we'll listen to it together and see what y'all think. Come on, big. There we go. Here we go. And play.
In 2001, a U.S. patent was filed that sounds like something straight out of the X-Files. A real inventor, with a real application, claiming they could teach humans to walk through solid walls. The method? It involved controlled breathing, pacing steps, and entering an altered state of consciousness using, get this, hyperspace energy fields. Not a joke. This document was submitted, reviewed, and published in the U.S. Patent Archive. One part fringe science, one part government curiosity, and one very weird public record. What else is buried in the archives? Welcome to the Patent Files. So, what exactly is this thing? Officially, it's a United States patent filed in 2001, publicly available, and as real as any invention in the database. And here's the twist. In the US, you don't need to prove something works to patent it. You just need to explain it well enough that someone could reproduce it. And explain it? They did. This isn't your average gadget blueprint. This thing reads like metaphysical science fiction, meets quantum theory, meets a PowerPoint from another dimension. The author lays
Sorry, I was muted. I don't know if I need to pause it periodically. I have no idea what the rules are about watching these videos, but I find this all really fascinating. And if anybody follows the fringe theory, you've heard that there's over 6,000 patents that have been withheld from the population of the planet. They could actually do really good things for us, and most of it is based on frequency. So I find this one really, really interesting. All right, I'm going back to it.
Lays out an entire system built on the belief that humans are hyperspace energy beings, living in water-based bodies, tuned to 7 energetic vortices that connect to other dimensions. And if you know how to train these vortices properly, you can, allegedly, pull yourself out of our dimension entirely, walk through solid doors, talk to distant entities, maybe even levitate. One of the most fascinating parts? The patent cites historical evidence, including a 16th century Dominican friar named San Martin de Porres, who was said to have walked through doors just like this. Yeah, this isn't your average how to use a wrench type of document. According to this patent, you're not just a physical body. You're a hyperspace energy being, living inside a container made mostly of water. And that water? That's what gives you the potential to phase in and out of this dimension.
And this video actually explains better than I do why I think all of it's connected and that we need to stop separating it and saying things are bad. I mean, obviously don't do bad things with interesting information that you learn, but we're all energy and we all used to know this and we've all forgotten it somehow, or it's been taken away from us or hidden, which, aka the occult. But, the occult is in the church. It's been in the church since the beginning of the church. Any church, pick a church. So this is why I don't have big problems with tarot cards and other things, as well as reading Bible verses and, trying to be a good Christian. I don't see a big difference. It's just a different way of looking at the world. So he was showing chakras. He calls them vortices. They're chakras. That's, pick your language. This is why I'm not comfortable with a lot of the occult language, because it's not actually accurate. And it's not accurate in scientific books either. So where's the middle ground? I don't know, but this is why I do what I do with tarot, gematria, numerology, star charts, astrology, and the Bible. It's all one thing, in my opinion, just written from different points of view. I just try to connect it all. Okay, back to the video.
The author outlines 7 spinning energy vortices, each one acting like a hyperspace portal, linked to its own dimension with a specific frequency. At the top of the head sits the mind vortex, your hyperspace antenna. This vortex allegedly lets you mentally communicate with other entities, even across galaxies. Then there's the spiritual eye, described as a hollow, misty cone that can be projected outward to remote view across great distances. This vortex allows your voice and hearing to extend just like the eye, letting you allegedly speak to others across space, without a phone. The heart vortex protects your chest, arms, and hands, sort of like a hyperspace shield for your upper body. This one shields the gut, covering your liver, kidneys, and intestines. This is where it gets wild. The plasma energy ball, an orange orb, said to power your body when your spirit leaves it. Remove it, and the body allegedly goes paralyzed. And it's even linked to the creation of something called the astral energy baby. Finally, the ground vortex, which spins in reverse, keeping you anchored like an electrical circuit. Together, these 7 vortex points form a complex energetic system, each feeding its own hyperspace module.
That last one would be the root chakra, the red one, the one that keeps you connected to everything. Again, it's just language. They just change the words, but it still has the same meaning. And, everybody talks about being grounded these days, or even selling grounding mats so you can plug into the Earth's magnetic field when you're sleeping. Just go outside barefoot. That's all you got to do. Really, it's literally that simple. So, but yeah, I mean, I find this very interesting, and I love that they put it in ways that other people will see it not as mystical, but as a real thing. And this is what I want people to understand, that we literally can control these things in our bodies. Do I know how? No. Am I trying to learn? Yep. But, what do you think Buddhist monks do? They go and they sit in solitude, and they don't have any of this noise and outside world distracting them. Yeah, well, I left a link there, girlfriend. You got to listen to it. I mean, it's just, and they will tell you towards the end of this that, the pure subjecture, but here's a patent. Go use it and prove it. We are, again, go read the Bible and prove it. I mean, this is just not even all that weird. And, now all of a sudden, we have pyramids all over the world. Yeah, they've been there for a really long time. Y'all just pretended they weren't. And, guess what? We think they're really energy devices. Really? I figured that out in 6th grade. What is wrong with people? So I'm excited, because finally it seems like the world is catching up to my brain process. Am I right? I don't know. But I like that other people are thinking the way I am. And scientifically, they're proving over and over and over that we aren't even solid beings. And I don't know who said it, and I really need to start remembering some of these things if I'm going to go around quoting people. But they were saying that basically our body is an antenna. It could even be in this video for all. I watch these kind of videos a lot, and, all the parts get mixed up. But, I take the important stuff out. And, there's a lot of rhetoric and a lot of showmanship and a lot of AI. But, use your discernment and pick out the important parts and work with it. It's like crazy stuff. But, yeah, there's more. So I'm sorry. I'm just yakking because I just get excited about this. All right, here we go.
The claim? If you learn how to control these modules, You can reshape how your energy flows and possibly step out of physical space altogether. So now that you've got your hyperspace battery and spinning vortices, the next step is simple. Learn how to walk. But not just any walking. This is precision-calibrated, vortex-generating, physics-defying walking. The patent calls it a training system, and it's centered around a very specific, cross-handed walking pattern. Here's how it works. Input your weight, shoe size, and desired walking time into a custom computer program. It then prints out a long banner, like a treadmill on paper, showing exactly where your feet should land, every single second. Then, with your arms crossed in front of your chest, 1 footstep per beep, you walk the walk. Do it correctly, and after just 6 strides, a massive spinning vortex is said to form above your head, locking onto your heart vortex. This isn't metaphor. It's described as a literal energy structure, fueled by the momentum of your walking body and the arrangement of your hands. The hands crossed in an X create a rotating energy loop around your torso. Combine that with perfect stride momentum, and the vortex allegedly begins to pull you out of dimensional phase. The creator even claims this technique caused him to yawn uncontrollably during testing, from an overload of melatonin in the pineal gland. And it's not just theory. He says he walked this banner in parks and long hallways. When his walking rhythm synced just right, a vertical white line would appear beside him, locking onto his body like some invisible cosmic GPS. Speed up or slow down, and the line breaks off. But hit the perfect cadence, you're in the zone. Now, if you thought this was just spiritual mumbo-jumbo, buckle up. Because the inventor doesn't stop at metaphysics. He pulls out math, molecules, and Einstein's equations to back it up. Here's the idea. Your body is made of 67% water, and a single water molecule, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen, has just the right mass to place it on the boundary between our dimension and something called the Planck box. In quantum physics, the Planck scale is where the laws of the universe start getting weird. Particles act like waves, space might be pixelated, and the rules of time and distance break down. According to the patent, the energy of a water molecule, when multiplied by the speed of light squared, matches the energy threshold needed to leave our dimension. So your watery body is already straddling the line between space and hyperspace, and with just a small boost of energy, it might pop out entirely. He visualizes it as momentum, mass times velocity. When you walk at the correct pace, you generate the exact amount of energy to push the water molecules in your body beyond the Planck edge. That moment, when mass, stride, and frequency align, is when the hyperspace vortex activates. It's a wild theory, but internally consistent. From
Sorry. So, yeah, the only problem I have with that equation is that the E equals MC squared is apparently still just a theory. Even though we all use it, I guess it's not real accurate. Now, don't ask me because I'm not a math person. But again, I watch videos like this where they break it down for dummies, that kind of thing. So I get the general idea of what they're talking about, but I don't think that we are using correct equations for a lot of our things. And I think that the black matter they talk about that is like, 2/3 of our universe, but we don't really know what it is. I think it probably affects a lot of things that we don't understand still. So I think there's a lot more work to be done or a lot more books to be read from the old times. Like, let's go raid the Vatican Library, right? But, there's stuff out there. Somebody knows how this all works. And I think it's slowly starting to come out to the public. And I hope that we can do something good with it, like the, mystical med beds. But they're all based on frequency, and Tesla and many others prove frequencies can cure diseases. So, and then they hit it and they put it all under as classified, and now slowly but surely little bits and pieces like this are coming out. I mean, what did he say? This was 2001, 2021? I don't know. It was at the very beginning. I'll have to listen again. All right, here we go.
quantum constants, to Avogadro's number to logarithmic plots. The whole thing is laid out like a galactic IKEA manual for dimensional escape. In other words, don't just walk, walk scientifically. Now, just when you think this patent couldn't get stranger, it brings in a 16th century Dominican friar named San Martin de Porres. According to witnesses, San Martin didn't just preach and heal, he apparently had a talent for phasing through solid doors. In one documented case, a friar watched him leave the cell with medicine, waited at the door, and later saw San Martin appear behind him, walking through the solid wall. Without opening the door, the patent uses this as historical support, arguing that San Martin had somehow trained his body to walk out of phase. Same stride, same vortex, same results. He even links San Martin's arm position, crossed in an X, to the same hand vortex formation used in the training system. So, where does this leave us? We've got an inventor who claims he created a method for walking through walls, backed by physics equations, mystical energy systems, and saintly teleportation stories. Does any of it hold up under scrutiny? Not by mainstream science. There's no peer-reviewed research, no empirical proof, just diagrams, philosophy, and personal stories. And yet, it's oddly compelling. The math is clean, the story is coherent. It's not thrown together. It's designed like a spiritual physics thesis disguised as a patent. Maybe it's all metaphor. Maybe it's performance art. Or maybe it's a roadmap to something we don't understand yet. At the very least, it's a reminder that imagination and invention often walk the same path, even if that path is printed on a banner and leads straight through a wooden door. So, would you walk the walk? Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more strange tech, forgotten science, and visionary patents.
So there you go. What do you think? I don't know. I just think it's interesting. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be walking through walls anytime soon, but, I think that, well, geez, let's look at the money system. Why is anything valuable? Because we say so. Because we collectively agree to it, which is how I believe we change our reality. They say you can change your reality with your own thoughts. Well, you can. I believe that, to change the whole world, we have to have a good amount of people in agreement and thinking the same way to get Regina. Well, that happens. Yeah, to get the whole world to change, we really got to get a lot more people on board thinking the same way. And all I can say is I'm happy I'm not thinking the same way as the general population, as they put it, because, but, that was something that they talked about with, was it the Manhattan experiment? Is that what it was called? When they were trying to teleport a warship, and they did it more than once. And it's my understanding, again, fringe stuff. And, what was it back in the day? The National Enquirer, but I don't doubt that they've done these things, because I've seen the things that they have done and told us about. I mean, they're pretty bad. So why wouldn't they do the rest of it? I have no doubt they've done it all. So, but where they're, people like rematerialize in the bulkheads of the ship, kind of like on Star Trek. Oh yeah, just watch some sci-fi if you want to know the reality of what the government is. I truly believe, I've seen so much of it from the X-Files, from, even Scooby-Doo, for God's sakes. We won't call them sci-fi, but, just the movies and Star Trek and all of it. They said that George Lucas was sat down with the Majestic 12 and talked to aliens, which is how he got so much information for Star Wars. So you tell me, did Admiral Byrd really find, Utopia on the other side of the ice wall, and then, they disappeared him like they disappear anybody that knows anything. I don't know. I mean, I just, based on what I see, I'm more apt to believe that than what they try to sell me on ABC, NBC, and CBS. So, and even they're having trouble lying about things now. So, I'm just so worried about people. They're still getting those jabs, and I mean, even Congress is saying, yeah, long COVID, that's not a thing. It's from, what do they call it? Vaccine injury. They knew what they were doing. They did it on purpose. A bunch of people made a bunch of money, and it was a big test to see who would comply. Yeah, I want a teleporter too, because I'm not doing the airplane thing no more. And I can't get to the pyramids from here without going on an airplane right now. So, but yeah, I don't know. Teleporters worry me too. Like who was the doctor, the female doctor on Star Trek, and Bones? He didn't like it either. They don't like teleporting. Taking y'all apart, putting y'all back together. Unless they're gonna put me back together better, I'm not sure I want to go. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't trust anything anymore. Even stuff that isn't currently real, I don't trust it. I would trust Rosie though from the Jetsons. That was what everyone wanted, flying cars. I want Rosie, and I want that machine that Mrs. Jetson would step into. She'd get out of bed with the bed hair, and she'd step in, and it would just like wash her and bathe her, and brush her hair and her teeth, and pick out a nice outfit and put on perfume, and she's out the other side in 5 minutes looking like she's been to the spa. I'm telling you, that and Rosie, that's what I always wanted from the Jetsons. But yeah, teleporting, I mean, definitely, feed the critters in the morning, head off to the pyramids for the afternoon, come on back, cook Doug dinner, maybe go to Paris and see the lights at night. I don't know. Yeah, but again, then we're talking GMO fake stuff, plastic. Jiminy Crickets, Doug and I are watching a video, and they said that the average human, when they die, has enough plastic in their brain, because it is now currently passing the blood, the brain-blood barrier, to make up 2 actual whole plastic spoons. And they know that this plastic is causing dementia and Alzheimer's and pick a thing. I'm sure having plastic floating around your body isn't good for any of your organs. So I don't know. We're trying to figure out how to get rid of plastics. We've been taking Z-Tox to get rid of heavy metals. Now we got to figure out how to get rid of plastics. Doug's ditching all his, plastic to-go cups, his tumblers, his whatever, We're going to metal or glass with everything. I've gotten rid of most of my metal baking pans, and I use glass most of the time because, I'm trying not to kill myself off by cooking myself dinner. And I just so wish food would taste good again. I don't know. And yeah, no, if I had the horrible C thing that everybody had, I don't know. I don't really believe it was anything more than a flu virus that they released on the world just because, they like doing these things. I don't think it was any worse than anything else that we've had. I don't think that it, Jiminy Crickets, if I hear one more person say they're going to get a COVID test, I'm going to probably have to hurt them because they don't work, people, because they don't work. They're not real. Stop it. Yeah, I don't know what that I don't want to eat that, Regina. I don't want to eat it. Just like people that live in cities and they have all their sewer water is recycled back into their taps. Oh my God, I didn't even know that was a thing. I have lived with well water 99% of my life, so fluoride and all that was never a thing, but wow, no way, baby. I can't believe people that, and then they go buy bottled water because they don't want to drink it. People that actually understand the concept, but then they're just drinking plastics. And guess what? Dasani water is made by Coke, and guess where it comes from? Right out of the New York City tap. They literally fill the Dasani bottles with tap water, New York City tap water, and then sell it back to people. I got nothing. I don't know what to say. And it's like, so you try really hard and, then you go and get all your supplements and they're off Amazon and they're coming out of China and they're full of heavy metals and fake ingredients and plastics. I mean, it's like even people that try can't. I don't care how filtered it is. I'm not drinking it. Now, look, you're living in New York City. You're buying bottled water because you don't want to drink the tap water. But guess what? You're drinking the tap water. You can buy your own filter, Brita filter, or I don't know. They have 9,000 of them, right? You can buy one of those, put it on your kitchen counter, and save yourself some money. I don't know, man. I cannot be a city girl. Nope, can't do it. I'm just filtered. I'll give you filtered. That's part of why there's, a lot of the problems going on because they're filtering it, but, they're not getting everything out. And a lot of people are taking drugs that weren't prescribed for them because people keep flushing them down the toilet. But the sad part is they're using that to water our food with, too, which then we go spend money in the grocery store to buy. So I just, I quit with all of it, man. I just do the best I can do, which is all I can do, which is all anybody can do based on our situation. And if we end up getting some money and moving somewhere where we have actual real dirt, I will grow real food with heritage seeds to the best of my ability. If I have enough money, I will pay someone to raise my own meat so I don't have to, make friends with them because I know where it comes from. But if I name them, it gets real dicey. So I don't know. Wow. I really, really, I need everybody to look into taking mushrooms. Or eating mushrooms. And I'm not talking psychedelic mushrooms. I'm talking the little things that grow in the woods, that people eat as food. Because they are curing things. And I got to stop saying that word because apparently YouTube really hates it. But they're majorly making dents in people's health problems. Like, pick a disease and there is a natural product growing in the woods that will help you. I really, especially people that have the big C stuff that they have to go and get the horrible, horrible treatments for, even if it doesn't stop, you may not have time to start popping handfuls of them, but it will also help you with chemotherapy symptoms. It keeps you from being so terribly, terribly ill and feeling so horrible. And, based on what you're paying for chemotherapy, these are, it's like $30 a month for one person to take a maintenance dose. This is what I pay. I go to thecbdgurus.com and I will, let's do it. I'm so upset. There are several people that I'm very concerned about, and I've tried without putting my nose in too far to be helpful, but it's not getting there, unfortunately, and I don't know what to do. All right, here we go. Come on, guys, stop with the pop-ups. They're friendly pop-ups. They want to send you emails and tell you what their specials are, and they have lots of specials. Yeah, if you like eating mushrooms, by all means, eat them. I mean, it doesn't matter how you take them. They make mushroom coffee. I hate mushrooms. I can't take the texture. I don't like the dirty flavor to them. You know, they taste dirt, like earthy. I don't like them. But they are so good for you. Turkey tail and lion's mane and reishi. Those are the 3 big ones. And these guys sell it in a capsule, which I like. Let's see if I can find it. Here, I'll share my screen with you. Come on, there you go. Here you go, guys. This is where I'm at. And I go to the Mark Z wholesale page because you get a better price. And the password is KRAMCBD. And I'll type that in chat too. And you get a better price. Oops. And it is all lowercase. Did I put wrong letter? Okay, there we go. Mark Z wholesale. There you go. So if you're interested, and they have all kinds of stuff, not just mushrooms. Yes, they do have THC products. I don't actually buy them. I live in Arizona. I don't have to. And yeah, they give away, well, here you go. Spend $25 and you get a quarter pound of 5 mushroom coffee. They also give away currency if you guys are into currency. I like currency. They're very helpful. You are welcome to call them. But here's your big stuff. Lion's mane, turkey tail. But this is the one Doug and I take. The 5 mushroom matrix. And it's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. And they tell you all about it. And it's got 2,500 milligrams of mushroom per capsule. 500 of each of the 5. So you got reishi, cordyceps, chaga, lion's mane, and turkey tail. And they are like, you know, beyond superfoods. They are just fantastic. I mean, let's see. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. So they have all kinds of stuff. They have gummies. They have mushroom coffee. They have Super Spectrum. This stuff here, Miracle Gold. Doug and I also take this in gummy form. It's black seed oil. And that stuff, yeah, that's ancient and it does a lot of good things for you. And then we also take, which I'm looking for, is the immunity, if I can find it. There it is. Here we go. Yeah, it says they're gel caps, but now they're in a regular capsule form because they're just using up their old labels. But this has CBD and CBGA in it. And it's hemp-derived. It's not THC, and it helps your body it helps with anti-inflammatory. We also do apple cider gummies because I don't really want to drink apple cider vinegar, but these are good for, they say, weight loss, but they're good for digestion. They're good for a lot of things. We also really like this lavender lotion 2000. I don't like lavender. I love the vanilla oatmeal. The oatmeal milk and honey is really good. The unscented's great. We like them all except the lavender because I don't like lavender. And Doug uses this freeze roll on for his sore hands. He's got like carpal tunnel stuff going on. Works really good. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, by all means, I'll be happy to answer you. And here, if you look on these big blue buttons, articles and information. And they tell you all about different things. They give you links to articles and different doctors with doctor certified reviewed papers. Tell you what works with what. because mushrooms are a food, unless you are allergic to mushrooms, they have no side effects. You can't overdose on them. You know, it's really hard to, not want to deal with this, but what to buy for what. They tell you what their different products work for best. This is a really cool site, guys. So yeah, check it out. I highly recommend them. And no, they're not sponsoring me, but hopefully someday. There you go, Regina. Please feel free to share. I actually did a whole video about a year ago. And I hashtagged it and timestamped it and everything. And the information hasn't changed. They've kept their prices really good. And the guys that run it, Matt and Lucas, Lucas is like the scientific guy. He's the one that creates all the products. Matt's the marketing guy, runs the warehouses. But Lucas is really serious about sourcing and where he gets his stuff, how clean it is. He'll pull products if he can't make them up to standard. I mean, he sends them out for independent, evaluation to different labs. I can't say enough about them. I really can't. Doug and I have been taking their products for probably going on 2 years now. And neither one of us have been, really, really sick. I don't think any of us are going to avoid, snotty noses, itchy eyes, sore throats. Germs are out there, and we live in the desert, and the wind blows and harasses us on the regular. So, and we have pets and all kinds of stuff, and Doug deals with pesticides. That doesn't help him, so, but yeah, I recommend them. I mean, I have been lucky, knocking on wood here. I haven't had any big back problems. What it does is a lot of the products that we take, the big reason we take most of them is the anti-inflammatory purposes that they have. Inflammation causes like 90% of our illnesses, like the bad ones. And, if we can get rid of the inflammation, we can feel better. So I'd like to feel better. That's my main goal, to feel better. Yeah, that's a big one for us. I'm not on any medications. Doug has some asthma medications he takes, but he's been dealing with his aches and pains, with therapy, physical therapy, chiropractor, that kind of stuff. He, trying to eat better, I know some people are, but yeah, the immunity, it's all hemp derived. So you might want to avoid that one, but black seed oil and mushrooms, and I mean, we take one a day because we're doing preventative. We aren't trying to combat anything, and we'd like to keep it that way, so that's why we do what we do. We take, the standard kind of vitamins, but I've found some, as opposed to, the multivitamin, I found some individuals that we like to take, and, D and with vitamin K, because if you don't take K, the D doesn't get absorbed very well. And, stuff like that. The Bs, you got to have your B vitamins. Those keep you moving, especially if you're a woman, So, yeah. That's what I just felt the need to tell people, please take mushrooms. Please, please, please. Not opposed to you taking the fun ones, but make sure you got a babysitter. And guess what? Those are helping with a lot of problems too. I guess people that have a lot of sensory issues, that have like ADD and ADHD. Excuse me. I guess it's helping with that. So, and again, that's, really shocking based on the fact that shamanic people have been doing it for centuries, and there's something to it, just because we don't understand it all. Again, this is why I really can't think of any one philosophy that I say is the only way I live my life, because I don't think that's correct. It's very limiting, and I think we're supposed to expand ourselves and not limit ourselves to one way of thinking. That's very one-dimensional. Yo, I can imagine, girlfriend. We don't want to talk about back in the day, but yeah. Mushrooms are fun, but you really need a babysitter. And I don't do them anymore. But no, I mean, they have a lot of therapeutic and medical uses. And I'm so sick of people having stigmas about it. I'd rather someone was doing something like that than popping more Adderall. You know, I mean, people are back, with, weed's illegal and this illegal and that's illegal. It's like, I know people that take handfuls of pain meds and they go out and drive vehicles and raise children and have jobs, and somehow you think that's okay. It's like, that is not okay. When I had my second car accident and I was taking Percocet again, which I really hate Percocet, and within days I stopped taking it because I can't think. I mean, when I literally cannot play solitaire, you got to stop with the pills. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, 3 days is about my max. And that's only because, when I had my back spasms, it was like being in labor for 3 days. It was pretty not cool. But whatever, I haven't been taking any of those pills since I left Connecticut. So it's been over 10 years since I've had to have any kind of pain medication, because since moving here, I've been trying to do better, and it seems to be working. I mean, I'm not stopping the aging process, but it's not beating me up like a lot of people I see that are younger than me and really in bad shape. And I'm empathetic, but my sympathy button is pretty worn out these days, because I'm sorry, but if you're 200 pounds overweight and you continuously eat, boxes of donuts, and you really don't like green vegetables, and, well, guess what? You're not going to be healthy no matter what you do, because there's only so many apps for that. And how many pills do you want to take? And if you took 50% of the money that you're spending on pharmaceuticals and put it into good food, I guarantee you in a month, you're going to feel better than you do now. I guarantee it. I mean, you are what you eat. And a lot of people are making themselves sick. I'm not big on exercise, but, I got a lot of pets. I roam around the house. I'm always doing something. I sit and play on the computer a lot too. But, I don't like saying this stuff because it sounds like I'm boasting, but I'm just trying to point out my choice of lifestyle. I'm only 10 pounds heavier than I was the day I got married almost 40 years ago, and I've had 3 kids. So it's choices that you make as to, and yeah, I get it. People have genetic things, and there's, you catch stuff, accidents. There are reasons people have problems, but if they're self-inflicted, sorry, that's on you, not me, and I don't think that everybody else should have to step up to the plate because you don't want to. I guess, Regina, I mean, honestly, I'm not a health nut. I eat chocolate because, chocolate is my major food group. I'm not a hungry person. I never have been. Like, my mother and I would fight about me eating breakfast. I don't do that, I mean, and, all these people talk about fasting, and, it's like, well, what are you talking about? Like a week? And they're like, no, like 12 hours. I'm like, 12 hours? You eat more than once in a 12-hour period of time? I don't understand the concept. I mean, and, my big diet secret is not like I was never overweight. I mean, we all get there, don't we? But my thing was, when my clothes stopped, I mean, obviously, I don't wear the same size I wore in high school. Things, regardless of the weight, it's been redistributed. But when my pants started getting too tight, I didn't just go buy the next size up and keep on going. You stop eating. You do something about it. I don't know. I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to do? That's my philosophy of life. You know, But I'm also one of those people that, when people start whining and crying and, oh, well, my parents were so mean to me. And I'm like, okay, you're how old now? You're 45 years old and you're still blaming your parents for how your life is going? Okay. Okay. I don't know what to tell you about that. I mean, I say when you move out of the house and you are now responsible for your bills and your choices and your job and your relationships, those are your consequences to take on, and they're not always fun. So, I don't know. And I try to, not be bitchy to people when they complain to me about things, but I kind of see what's going on, and sometimes you got to tell people, you're crying wolf and you have the power to fix it. I have the power to get up off my butt and go dust my house, but guess what? It ain't going to happen today. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I totally get it. But, when it means that I have to go buy a whole new wardrobe, or, I'm spending so much money on food that I can't afford my electricity bill, or I don't know, that I can't get up and move around because everything hurts so bad. Well, whose fault is that? And again, I am not picking on legitimately handicapped human beings that have real reasons for having problems. And if you come across one of those people, you better do your best to help them out, because aren't you blessed not to be them? But yeah, other people, we need to stop enabling. I'm big on not being an enabler, having grown up in a house of alcoholics and, what do you call it? People that grew up with alcoholics and they have alcoholic syndrome, but they don't actually drink, that was my growing up. So, yeah, I don't tolerate enabling anymore. Not at all. At some point, you have to take consequences and responsibility for your own actions. If you are a grown-up human being, I've seen people in really, really bad situations that are not as horrible as people that think they're in a bad situation because, I don't know, they don't have a new car this year, or, I don't know. People's ideas of what happiness is are strange too. I think a lot of people go out there seeking the shiny things, yes, I know, I'm one of them. But, they don't replace my daily peace of mind. Awesome, Regina. Wow, good for you, girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, and I'll tell you what, when I was pregnant with Ben, I got big. I was 120 pounds when I got married. I was 170 pounds when I delivered Ben, and he was only like 6.5 pounds. He wasn't like some ginormous baby or anything, But, I used to get up and eat French fries for breakfast because I craved French fries when I was pregnant with that boy. And, just being that big and like sitting down and having my belly on my legs. Now, I'm not trying to be miserable. I was growing a Woodstock. Don't make me make Regina get online and talk to you. I was growing a human being. I get it, but I really hated it. I was so uncomfortable. I couldn't bend over. I couldn't put my shoes on. I couldn't breathe. I was just like all the time. I'm like, how do people live like this? I mean, when I was really, really pregnant with Ben, that was one thing I thought, how do people live being so large? What a horrible way to be. Like, for you personally, it's so difficult. Everything is hard. I feel really bad for them. But I can't, that was one of my things. Like, I am never, aside from being pregnant, I am never going to be that big. It's just not, I'm not doing it. And I know people get that way. A lot of it's, psychological, comfort food. And I understand. I studied a lot of psychology and I lived through a lot of psychology. So, but I don't know. I mean, I really I guess I want people to have a better sense of themselves so that they know they're worth it. Those people shouldn't have free rent in their heads. The situation, it's always goes back to a person when it's something like that. And I get it. It's really hard. It took me a lot of years to heal any of it. So I'm not trying to say anybody's doing it wrong. I wish people could get there faster, because we only got so much time, and I want to spend more of it happy than grumpy, and I'm running out. According to statistics, I've got about 20 years left, so I got things to do. I can't be all broken. I can't do it. I got things to do. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have any answers. I don't know why I am the way I am. Like you see people like models. I mean, some of them starve themselves literally. But, there's people that are just naturally tall, thin, beautiful, perfect skin, perfect hair. They never went to the spa in their life. You know what I mean? And, we are who we are. So we have to start learning to live with what we got and making the best of it. And you know what? I found a guy that doesn't think it's too bad, so it must not be all that bad, right? So there's somebody out there for everybody, and, we got to stop worrying about all that and start really worrying about, being happy, like truly happy as individual human beings, being alive. And, I mean, this planet is amazing. There's a lot of idiots running it, but, we got to ignore some of that. And, that's it, Regina. It is what it, I mean, come on. We're not 16 anymore, right? So, I mean, when you're in high school, this conversation would just be like, not happening. But, and I'm not saying let yourself go. I'm not saying don't worry about any of it. But, if really your identity is how you look, then I don't know. I mean, there's a whole lot more going on out there. That's it, girlfriend. That's it. That is the deal. I don't know. I've been involved in fuss and nonsense lately, and I don't care for it. So, gets me a little uppity. But what would be let's chat without Ellen being up on her soapbox, right? So, that's what I've been doing. I'll tell you what, guys, you all got to come next month and check out that sale we had on Thursday. What a riot. Let's face it, Jim was there. He is the star attraction, but you know what? He could be the star attraction because he makes me laugh. Randy makes me, Jiminy Crickets, everybody was making me laugh. YouTube is my social platform. I'm so thrilled. I tried to, do it on Facebook, didn't happen. Tried on Discord, didn't happen. But yeah, come on. Can you imagine living with that man? You'd want to strangle him about 5 times a day. So Julie must have just as good a sense of humor as him, right? Good Lord, those two. They just crack me up. Really just hysterical creatures. Oh, boy. Yeah, come on. They have kids, I think. I'd love to see how their kids are. See, I'm one of those weirdos. I just like to look at all the connections because I'm into psychology, You think that's funny, Woodstock? Oh, man. Oh, can you imagine being their mother? Oh, I have a headache already. My boys were moody. Ben's still moody. Adam's still moody. Lordy. Oh, man. That's a trip. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's like when I was setting up my 2 shows, I was trying not to overlap sellers. I wanted Jim and Julie to come, but it's like, Hey, Maria, how you doing, girlfriend? Maria's down there in southern Arizona working the night shift. Oh, girlfriend, aren't you done with that yet? Couple more years, right? Couple more years. When you and Doug both retire, we will get together one way or the other. Oh, I know. No, but I mean, because, I was trying to do different kinds of shows. Like, the Thursday show is kind of rowdy, which is fun. But the Sunday show, it's Sunday night. I don't really want rowdy. I just want to chill out, go with the flow. And I think I'm going to permanently add Dee and Wendy. Wendy was going to be just our fill-in girl for people that canceled. And Dee, oh boy, she's a riot, huh? So, I think I'm going to add them both, and we can tighten it up a little. If we don't yippity-yap too long, we'll only be adding like 10 or 15 minutes to the show, so I think that'll be fine. I'm going to send you all out another email and bug everybody. Maybe not today, though. I'm working on how I haven't decided. I might cause it as I might call it show etiquette or bidding etiquette or something. My fancy setup. This is my craft room, Maria. It's all for sale. You want any? I'll bring it closer to the camera. Yeah, this is my craft room. When I bought the bead store, I got all of the interior furniture as well. So I have glass shelving units and lit up cabinets and, things. So I'm using them. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. And I take custom orders too. You can't even see. You don't even know. Now that I'm selling stuff out, I can finally get some of it put away. Let's see. My camera, I can only move just so far. I got cords. So that box right there, and then the blue one under it, that is full of jewelry and pieces and parts that I have to go through. And what else have I got over here? Ooh, hang on, I gotta move. All those tubs are full of things for sale. And then under this is my glass cabinet. I don't know if I can move this. Let's see. Sorry, making me dizzy. This is a glass cabinet with it's lit up from the inside, but it's not currently plugged in. And it is full of more jewelry. Sorry. Can't twist the camera right. There we go. I got all kinds of stuff in there. Oh, that's my ring sizer. More stuff over there. I got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. There's the birds. There they are. Looking at you. All right, here we go. Turn you around again. So, yeah, my room. This one over here at the end of the cabinet. You can't see it. This one right here. This is a cool one. This one has trays that pull out. Here, let me take out the whole tray. And then I have jewelry in there to sell. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff here. And then my bookshelf is full of all my tarot cards. That's over there. All my tarot cards and things. Maybe this week I'll get on and do tarot because, me with the concussion last week, it wasn't a good idea to do it. So yeah, this is my craft room. Welcome to Ellen's Enchanted Emporium. And, I used to do my lives in the living room, but now that computer will not allow StreamYard to talk to the microphone or the camera despite it having full permission. So, well, it's that show is called, oh, I got tape on my foot, Seeking Serendipity, and it's usually on it's always on a Thursday. And I think I was doing it the second Tuesday of the month. So I may do one. Here, I got to pull up a calendar. Hang on. I don't know. I may do one on the 23rd. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Because I didn't do Libra. I'm trying to do a monthly zodiac thing, and I did Virgo last month, so I wanted to do Libra. But I wasn't up for reading out of that book, and I don't, if I'm not in the mood, I don't touch tarot cards, because all you're going to get is bad info, because you got bad vibes, so, that's my process anyway. I don't know about other people. That's what I do. So, I will be doing them, though. I got to get into it. I haven't been reading my moon charts. I've been so busy doing all the graphics. I haven't been keeping up with my other stuff. So I feel like I'm, being an imposter if I go out there without the current information to actually share with people. Because it's not like I know this stuff. I look at charts and things, and, it's research and reading and intuition. But, you got to have some basics to start with. So, and I just haven't had time to really get into it. But I will get back into it. I might do numerology. I like numerology. I find that more interesting a lot than tarot. It's you can do it. Anybody can do it. It's not, there's no secret to it. It's just a matter of understanding what it means when you get the answers. So, yeah, Hey guys, welcome on in. Got some people from Facebook, some people from YouTube. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate you. If you wouldn't mind, drop a thumbs up. This channel's actually growing. I'm really surprised. So, had this one for a while, but, So, yeah, did I lecture everybody properly today? I think so. I told you to take care of yourselves, right? Told you I'm worried about you all. Told you to check out frequencies. Definitely, check out the link in chat there. If I remember, I'll drop it in the comments. Very cool. Which ones? You got to tell me which decks you use. I have so many, it's crazy. I only ever had one. I had one deck for like 20 years. And it was a PIP deck. It wasn't a standard Rider-Waite deck. And I used it on and off over the years. And I got it out and I started using it. And one night I left it out and my puppy chewed it up. I was really mad. So then I went and ordered, and it was out of stock, and I paid a lot to get a replacement for it. But I did. And then I found the Tarot Club, where they send you 3 decks every 4 months. Or every 3 months. You get 4 shipments a year. And oh boy, have I been having fun with that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I just curious which ones you're using, they're all different. I mean, tarot is tarot, but again, because I'm not, I don't know that any tarot reader really sticks right to the book. You know what I mean? Everyone's got a different association with the pictures, the colors, the symbols. It means something to you. That's how I read tarot. It's intuitive to me, and I get what I need to tell you what you need. This is how I see it. So, where is what at? I don't know, because I don't know what you're asking. Personal interpretation, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's how I see it. But, so I think, when you're dealing with different decks, you're going to get a little bit different kind of message. Because you've got, the Tarot Club. It's, oh my God. Hay House. Hang on. I can pull that one up. Pretty sure. I think I can. Let's see. Here you go. I'll share screen. This is kind of fun letting you guys cruise around the internet with me. I don't know if you like it or not, but I do. All right, here we go. We're over at Hay House. Yeah, cookies, yeah. They're all right with cookies. I don't mind them having my cookies. Now, let's see. Let's see if I can find it. I don't think tarot. I don't think they call it tarot. They call it something else. I don't know. It may not be direct on their site. It may have been a link. I'll have to look and try to, I'll send it to you if I find it. I'm pretty sure it's in one of the boxes on one of their enclosure cards. But as you can see, they do way more than just tarot. So if you guys are interested in any of these things, check out Hay House. Here, get you back to the beginning and I'll give you that link. It might be in there, but I just don't want to dig around forever looking for it. Oh yeah, Oracle, absolutely, Oracle cards. They send a lot of those. Usually, I'll get one deck of tarot and 2 decks of Oracle. Sometimes I only get Oracle, and that's fine with me because I think Oracle cards are much more interesting than tarot cards because tarot cards are tarot cards are tarot cards. You can put whatever picture you want on them, but they are the same. Oracle cards can be anything. So they can really, here we go. They can really, cover quite the subject. I have a lot of Oracle cards that I'll probably never use. I'll probably end up putting them up for sale. They're just not my thing. 3 different types of cards. That one was called T cards. Hang on. That one's not cheap. Doug got me that one for Christmas one year. Oh, it's a big box, so it's on the bottom, of course. Here we go. Oh, hang on. Turn my light off so it doesn't glare on you. Oh, still going to glare. So it's by Ray Hepburn. And the Tea Leaf Fortune Cards is what it's called. This way, there we go. And it comes in a, like a book-sized box. And then it's magnetic. Is this one magnetic? No, this one opens like that. And then it has the big book. And the book's pretty cool. And then it has the different cards. So, and a lot of people only use the red cards. This is the months of the year. These are purple. You see that? And they, a obviously. 12 of those. And then these are the astral houses. So this gets into zodiac a little bit with those. Which way am I going here? This way. Oh my goodness. There we go. Astral houses. And then this one is your standard tea leaf. There's like 200 of these or something. And those are red. So yeah, it's a big set. Really big set. And of course they're round, so they're impossible to shuffle. And it does actually come with like a big organza bag. And some people like to dump them in and just do them that way. I prefer to, give them a shuffle. A book on how to read cards that scare the crap out of you. I haven't come across one of those yet. I have some good books, though. Let's see. Oh. This is some of them. Astrology 101. You got to start somewhere. This was my first book. And this was the deck I got with the pips. The Prediction Book of Tarot. This one's interesting. Blending astrology, numerology, and tarot. See, they all go together, folks. 111 oracle spreads. Fortune telling by tarot. I have 2 of those. This is an oracle card journal. The only reason I have it is because it goes with a set. I don't journal. I don't do that. What's your soul sign? This is a good book. I like this book. The Complete Tarot and Astrology. Everything you need to know to harness the wisdom of the cards and the stars. And this one is also a journal. It goes with a set that I have. The Wild Unknown. That is an awesome tarot set. And it's oracle and other things. So, those are some of my books. So, I'm not just winging it, folks. I really study things. I've been doing this for a while. Oh. And on the other side of that shelf, we have Ellen's other passion. Gem identification. Jewelry and gems. I have a bunch of these things too. I got the books, I got the things, I've put in the time. I'm trying. Now I've made a mess of my tarot shelf. Oh, dropped a deck. There we go. Uh-oh. All right, I'll fix it later. So, that's what I've been up to. Yeah, I just don't play with the Ouija board. I'm not into that one. But what was the other one? Oh, yeah, here, I'll show you these. These are awesome. Love these. If I can get them out. So my bookcase is so full now, it's hard to get at things. Everything's getting dusty again. I hate dust so much. Here we go. Yeah, I spent a small fortune on these because they are so cool. The wild and unknown. Look at the box. These are really nice. And I got the whole set. So this one is Animal Spirits. Oop. And it's all animals. It's really cool. I really like this set. So that's your Animal Spirit Animal Guide. There you go. Can you read it? Oh, that's only one of 4 parts to this, Regina. And it comes in, a nice box. So there's that one. This is Archetypes. This is a really, really cool set. It has the square book. As you can see, they give you the card and they tell you a lot about it. And then this is another round deck. And it's a big diamond. And it has really, really cool cards. These are archetype cards. Whoa! I don't have very big hands. Some of these cards are rather large. So that's your archetypes. This is all from the same lady. And it's all part of the same, these all work together. I've done like really big spreads using all of these different cards. Very cool. Very cool. This one is Alchemy. They're all in the nice magnetic boxes. This one. The books are nice. They're nice books. And they do have illustrations and really cool information. And then this is a hexagonal set. It's got all kinds of elements in it. Just really, wow. Really cool cards. Now let's have a big blue rose on the back. Uh-oh. Gotta get them back in the right order, though, to go back in the hexagonal box. Even though I like cool cards, and, the standards are the easiest to deal with. This kind of thing on camera, you need a big, big table for. So I would probably have to move to the dining room table to do readings with these. And then, oops, the last one is the actual tarot. A little dusty. This one was on top. Oh my goodness, my poor tarot deck. Where does it say? There we go. Someday I may come down there and find out. You're going to be surprised when I come knocking on your door someday. I have your address. So this is it's a black deck. And it has the scale pattern too. The cards are really nice. See, these are much more handleable. Yeah, see, the trouble is like, they're very cool up close and in person, but they don't show up so well on camera. So there's certain decks that work better than others. Hey, Doug. I need another donkey. Yeah, I need another donkey like I need a giant hole in my head. Oh, boy. So that's one of my favorite sets, Regina, in case you were interested. And no, it's not for sale. These are mine. I really like that set. I think I showed you guys the set I got for Doug with all the cool pieces and parts. He still hasn't used it all yet, but he'll get there. Trying to put my boxes back. This is part of that. This is the part of the set that I got for me. It's Geomantic Visions. This, how does this one open? A slip case or magnetic? Magnetic, okay. There we go. So it opens like this. And then these are coins. And it kind of works like on an I-Chin system, which I don't know. Oh, I'm not selling your cards, honey. I'm just showing them off. And these are mine anyway. Yeah, see, it's got 2 sets of coins. And they all mean different things, like sister, mother, brother. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of things with these yet, but they're very cool. And this was from a Kickstarter. You know, like the book tells you everything about them. It's really interesting stuff. So I got to get into that one more. That came with a whole set. The guy did tarot and oracle and wow, it just went right out of my head. What was the name of that? Come on, Doug, you know, you were doing that for a while. You may not even still be here. I can't remember the name of it. It's the other form. It's like little symbols. Like you have a fox in a house and you make like sentences out of it, kind of. And you can do like a whole spread with the whole, I think there's like 70 something cards in those decks. Oh, I can do that, girlfriend. I can do that. But yeah, playing with my cards. That was fun. Yeah, I really have gotten into the oracle cards, and they're very interesting. I think those are really good for like daily devotional type, you know, daily motivational kind of thing. Give you something to think about, you know. Lenormand, thank you, Doug. Yeah, Lenormand. It's not tarot. It's a different. And then we got dice, and we got, I don't know, all kinds of stuff with that one. Really, really cool. Really cool set. That was the most I've spent on that set of anything. So, you know. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Definitely, Regina. Oh, Woodstock, knock it off. Get down. Yep. Doug heard you, and so did Regina. Yep, they both did. What do you think about that? Nah, you go be fluffy-headed. Yeah, got his head feathers all up again. Look, Regina, see, look. Oh, look, here's my other book. This is the one I've been reading from. Archetypes. That's the one I need to keep out. See my notebook? I'm being a good girl, Regina. I'm keeping track of things. Christy, where have you been? I know where you've been. I know, and I'm sorry. You guys have really had it bad this year. I need to see Sam. Well, the boys and girls need to see Sam really badly, but I'm not sure Sam's up and moving yet. Good Lord, girlfriend. Ginormous hugs. Christy's had a lot of bad things going down with her animals and her hubby having emergency appendectomy, I believe it was. And, they're not getting younger either, so stuff and things hurt. Oh, yeah, but don't let them fool you, Regina. You know why cockatoos do that? Cockatoos and cockatiels, they can move these feathers here by their beaks. They do that to cover the hard parts so you don't see them. So they can nail you even harder when you get too close. Don't trust them. Do not trust them. And if a bird flails its tail, like spreads it out, especially, here we go, instead of keeping it tight, if they flail it, especially if it's a green one, which is 99% of the times in pet shops and Amazon, that is a huge warning to stay away because they will bite, and Amazons don't screw around. Yeah, don't trust them. Our Amazon, he was a rotten creature. His name was Ricky. We rescued him. He'd put his head down and put his little feathers up, and he'd say, scratch, scratch, because he wanted you to, scratch his little head. And you go over there and you do that, and you know what he'd do? Turn around and nail you. And then you know what he'd do? Laugh. So, don't trust him. Six, that's just unacceptable. We're going to have to rewind a couple years and try again. Good Lord. Well, I'm glad he's up and moving, Christy. Very glad. Jiminy crickets. Because you all needed that. You just needed another kick in the head, right? Because things have been going perfect for you. So, yeah. It's okay. It's okay. 2026 is coming, and it's going to be better for everybody. We just got to hang on a few more months. Why do I think that? A lot of reasons. I'm hoping I'm right. Let's just go with that. I'm hoping I'm right. Because enough. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was actually locked out of Facebook for over 6 months, so I didn't have contact with you. I have lost your phone number, and 3. Yeah. Yeah. That's just fantastic. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I forgot that. Ricky. He'd bite you and say, there you go, and then laugh. Right. This is true. Yeah, you think that's funny, Woody. It's not funny. It's not funny. Woody used to live with Ricky. We ended up giving Ricky and our little Quaker parakeet, who was very illegal in Connecticut, to a vet tech that dealt with birds. And it was great because Ricky bonded with Ben. And when Ben moved out, Ricky was intolerable. He wouldn't let me clean his cage. He wouldn't let me feed him. And I was the main caretaker. And after he attacked me and had me locked in the shower, and I had to stay there until someone came home and got him, Ricky had to find a new home, unfortunately. Yeah, I know, Christy. I know, girlfriend. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It hurts, but it's okay. I'm just so glad he's okay, and it was just an appendix. I mean, I'm sure he didn't enjoy it, but, Oh, good. Back to work. That's a good thing. And, okay, I'll be around. If you don't have Doug's number, hit me up on Facebook, because I can get in there now, so. Big hugs. Put bricks on the kids' heads. Well, that's cool. That is the wife of my farrier, and everybody needs their hooves done pretty badly. Although we may skip Willow because she really doesn't need them done, and she's so fresh. We don't need to hurt Sam wrestling with her, but the boys and Gypsy will be good for him. Awesome sauce. Well, that's nice. Look at that. Got something done. Oh, big hugs, girl. Big hugs. 2026, going to be our year. Tattoo it across your forehead if you have to. Whatever works. Oh, Lordy Woody. What is your deal, Bob? There's nothing out there. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's been things out there half the time lately. Nope. Not even a bird, Woody. You're just going nutty for no good reason. Yeah, the neighbors, they had the tractor out again this morning. I don't know, Doug. You gotta tell me what they're up to over there. I suppose I could walk up the road, but then I'm just being nosy, you know. They know I don't do these things. Oh, boy. All right, well, it's pushing 1 o'clock here, and I get around to getting some stuff done, I suppose. You know, I got more graphics to work on. Be addressing some issues with sales that I didn't want to have to do, but it's going to have to be done, so I'm just going to do it nicely with graphics and music. Passive aggressive that I am. Oh, man. Well, I really hope. Oh, my goodness. Who wants a parrot? I got an African gray and a blue and gold that want to go to new homes in Missouri. So, as I was saying, I hope y'all get some sun and find a reason to smile today. And I will be back. I don't know. Hang on. Let me look. Let me go look. Here, let's do this. I forget I can do these things. Woodstock, what is your problem? What is your problem? Oops, wrong button, sir. Here we go. There you go, guys. This is my sale channel, my other channel. And it's called Ellen's Enchanted Emporium. Hang on, I got a video running. That is my schedule video running. You know, keep you interested while you listen. I got to put up a new one. That one's getting old. Yeah, so come check me out. I'm going to be around there. That's why I was at the page, wasn't it? Let's see. Tuesday. Yep, Tuesday is Thank You Tuesday, and that is for October birthday babies. And then on the 28th, the last Tuesday of the month, I will be with Terry and Joanne for Tie-Dye Trio. I don't think either one of them has seen that thumbnail yet because it is hysterical, and they haven't mentioned it, so. And then the following Tuesday, I'll be here with Miss Regina for Tag Team Tuesday. So that's what I got going on, folks. And I hope y'all have fun this weekend, and feel free to look me up. I'll be online. Just message me. I got it all. All the links are in the description below. All right, guys, y'all go out there and do something good over the weekend, and then come back and tell me all about it later. Love y'all. Talk to you soon.